Alright, today we are on the EUY F8, which is a step-through fat tire e-bike. It's got 20 by 4 inch fat tires, a 750 watt nominal motor that peaks at 1000 watts. We have a cadence sensor, and currently we're riding on PAS1 and we are hitting 10 miles an hour. Now it is a hardtail e-bike, which means you would probably want to get a suspension seat post for this. But the seat height on this is really low, so it will fit shorter riders. And then here is the length that it supports. It does have a front basket option as well as a rear seat. I believe the rear seat comes with the bike, but the basket is an optional accessory. It does have a motorcycle style headlight, which is super bright at night. I've already tested that. That's nice. It does have a horn and a colored display, which is kind of hard to see in bright sunny weather, but you can still read it. Just can't see all the colors, but you can see the white speedometer, so that's the most important part. Now let's go ahead and kick it to PAS2 and see if we can get a little bit of an increase. So here's PAS2. Does look like I need to do some adjustment to my derailleur. Has Logan hydraulic brakes, which are usually pretty good. Have really good stopping power. I have used these brakes on many e-bikes, and they are 2-piston hydraulic brakes, which is better than your standard mechanical disc brakes. On their website it says you get mechanical disc brakes. I think that might be a typo. I think this bike is perfect for someone that has a small child, because it does have a seat in the back with a backrest, but nowhere to put their feet. There's no foot pegs or anything, so you're gonna have to figure that part out, or they're just gonna have to keep their feet off the ground. I'm getting wet from that fountain over there. Now we'll go ahead and kick it up to pedal assist 3 here, and pedal assist 2 we're getting 13 miles an hour. Pedal assist 3 we are hitting 18 miles an hour. Now pedal assist 4, we are already ghost pedaling. So pedal assist 4. So we get 22 miles per hour, and then pedal assist 5, which is the highest pedal assist level. Which we'll just use the throttle because I am ghost pedaling. Try to see what our top speed is here. I did just take this bike off the charger, so it has a nice fresh battery. There we hit 28 miles per hour, which is the claim top speed. And this right here is a flat part of the road. 26 miles an hour. Alright, so we are getting about 26 miles per hour as your top speed, which I think is pretty good for a bike like this. This is more for like a family. And my tires are kind of low, so that might have something to do with the top speed. Now it does have a quarter twist throttle over here, which is pretty standard nowadays, and then it's got pretty standard grips. So the grips I would definitely upgrade The seat's pretty comfortable, but it's small, so not a real wide seat. I'd probably upgrade that as well. Everything else though is pretty decent. It does have front suspension. It seems like it's working pretty well. Has a 7-speed Shimano shifter, so if you're going uphill, you can downshift and that'll help you out getting up the hills. Now this is not a hill climber, it's only a 1,000-watt peak, so I'm gonna stop by the house and air up the tires a little bit, and then we'll go try to do some hills, see how it does, and then I'll go over the bike with you, let you know everything about it on here. But so far, I think the ergonomics are pretty good. It's got BMX style handlebars. They sweep back just a tiny bit. They're not straight across. So that adds a little bit of comfort. It does have an integrated horn, which is pretty loud. You'll definitely be able to let people know that you're coming. And it does have a motorcycle style headlight, like I said, as well as a rear tail light. Now this bike might not make it on the 8% grade hill, we'll see. Given that it's only a 1,000-watt peak, its hill climbing capabilities are not going to be the greatest. And it's not the fastest e-bike out there. It's not supposed to be. Now you can take the rear seat off and just use it as a rack if you need cargo space. And I believe they make a basket for the rear rack as well. You have to look on their website for that. But those are add-on accessories. Now, are we gonna make it up this hill is a question. Barely, so we're definitely going to struggle going up the 8% grade. I think that's only 6 if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I tested all those. But no pedaling. I always do my hill climbing tests with throttle only if they will reach a certain speed. So this test will be throttle only all the way up these hills. First one's a 6%, second one's an 8%. We will get a little bit of a running start to tackle the 6%. I cannot see the battery gauge on here, so I don't know how much we have left. Ow! God. Hit a bump. Hit 31 miles per hour there downhill. So right here is the 6% grade, and we are barely making it up there. So if you have a lot of hills in your area, this is probably not the bike for you. But if you live in a pretty flat area, or you're just going to be riding in the city, this might be a pretty good bike for you. It's very inexpensive. It's $900. I think that's free shipping as well to your door. Now prices may go up with all the bikes that I've reviewed and that I'm reviewing. They are getting hit with tariffs, so that price ends up being added to your final cost on most e-bikes, but currently they have this at $8.99 on their website. Now I'm not sure if we're going to make it up to 10% grade. It's going to be close. We may have to actually pedal, so let me drop it down here. Because we're already only at 9 miles per hour and we haven't even gotten there yet. So right here is the 10% grade. I am going to have to help it. But if you pedal, you can make it up there, no problem. Alright, today we are checking out the EUY F8, which is a 20 by 4 inch fat tire e-bike. It does have hydraulic brakes as well as a 20 amp hour battery, which gives you a lot of range with that 750 watt motor. And it does peak at 1000 watts, so not a super powerful e-bike, but it's not really made to be powerful. It's more like a small commuter or like a family bike. It does have the rear seat on the back, which actually can handle quite a bit of weight, and we'll talk about that in just a second. You can see here it does have 20 by 4 inch fat tires, which will give you quite a bit of cushion on your ride, as well as it does have front suspension. No rear suspension on this bike, but you could always add a suspension seat post. It is a step-through frame, making it easy to get on and off for most anybody. And the seat does get pretty low, so you can ride this if you are a shorter rider. Now the fenders as well as the rims are painted to match the color of the bike, and the fenders on this bike are metal, so it does provide a lot of protection from rain, sand, rocks, things like that. It stops that from flinging up on you. Now this basket is an optional accessory. You can add that on when you buy the bike if you want to have a front basket. And it gives you a lot of cargo room, so if you are going to ride a passenger, you would have a place to put your stuff. It does have a motorcycle style headlight, which is nice. It's pretty bright, as well as a rear tail light back here. Now it does have Logan hydraulic brakes. Here's the Logan hydraulic brake levers right here. And then down below we have our Logan calipers with the 180 millimeter rotors, which will give you enough stopping power for the speed of this bike. This bike only goes up to 28 miles an hour. I weigh 240 pounds. I was only able to get a max speed of 26 miles per hour, but if you were lighter, you could probably get faster than I can. The payload capacity on this bike is 400 pounds. That includes your weight and then any passenger that you have or cargo. This rear seat can hold up to 200 pounds, so if you have an adult passenger, they could ride on the back. Now they don't have anywhere to put their feet, unfortunately, but it does have a backrest. That's pretty nice, and you can take that seat off and just use it as a rear rack, so that is an option. I do like the CST fat tires. They are 20 by 4 inch. They have knobby tires, so they're more like a hybrid off-road on-road type tire. They did add a derailleur guard for the Tourney derailleur. This is a basic budget derailleur, and for the price of this bike I wouldn't expect anything more. And it does have a double-walled chain guard, which is something I really like to see on e-bikes. Now the battery is a 48 volt 20 amp hour, and it offers quite a bit of range for this 750 watt nominal motor. Now this peaks at 1000 watts. It's not super powerful. It's not a hill climbing bike. It's more like a city commuter, or if you live in Florida. So the 48 volt 20 amp hour battery has a sticker decal on here. It is peeling up a little bit, and they did send me a new set of stickers to overlay on this. So mine was brought in during the heat of the summer last year, and it had a couple parts that needed to be replaced. One of them are the stickers, and the screen was damaged. But with the great customer service that EUY provides, they sent me both of those items out almost immediately. Now I've reviewed, I think, 3 or 4 of their bikes now, and every one of them has really impressed me. This one is just the same. It has a lot to offer for the price. It's currently coming in at $899, so if you want to get a cheap e-bike, this is probably a good option for you. Now up here on the dash we have BMX style handlebars, which are swept back a little bit, so they provide quite a bit of comfort. And you're pretty close to the handlebars on this bike, so it is actually pretty comfortable to ride. The control panel right here will give you the option to change your PAS levels as well as the screen information. So to power it on, you push and hold M, and your screen will light up. Now that might be really hard to see in this bright daylight. You can see the speedometer, your PAS levels, and your odometer because they are in white, but I don't see the battery gauge at all out here, so we may have to look at this in the garage when we get home. It does have an integrated horn over here, as well as a quarter twist throttle and standard grips, nothing special there. And then you have your 7-speed SIS index Shimano shifter. And that is the basics of the EUY F8. Now this bike comes in 3 different colors. It comes in blue, which is the one we're looking at here, a mint one as well as a gray one. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If you're interested in picking up an EUYBIKE F8, there will be a link down in the description. If I have any coupon codes, I will leave that down there as well. And if you're interested in any other EUY bike, they have a lot of really nice models. I've reviewed several of them. They're all very well made and pretty polished bikes for the price that they offer them at. They're budget e-bikes, like very budget, very good prices. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.